My name's Loraine Martins and I work for Network Rail. The most exciting thing that I have ever done has been work on the construction of the Olympic Park in the East End of London. I live locally to the Olympic Park. I live in Hackney. So an opportunity to be part of the world's biggest regeneration project was one that I couldn't shy away from. And my responsibility was to make the Olympic Park as accessible and inclusive as possible as a physical environment, but also to make sure that everybody that worked on the Olympic Park was treated fairly, was able to be themselves, and enjoyed the whole experience. And the way that we did that was through a series of projects that I was responsible for. In particular, I was responsible for a project called Women into Construction. And this was a project that was designed to give our contractors access to women who were builders, brickies, engineers, and a whole range of careers and jobs that exist in our industry. And at first I think our contractors were a bit reluctant because they thought it was a bit altruistic, we do good stuff. But once they had experience of working with the women, they saw the women for their true worth and value and skills. And we had a really great time of getting women working on the park, building the stadium, driving the buses around the Olympic Park, and it was a really fantastic experience. I think that young girls who are studying science, technology, engineering and mathematics topics need to be open to a whole range of different opportunities that those topics will give them. And sometimes we think in quite pigeonholed ways about those particular areas. So for me, it's about being open. I would also say to young girls, be the best that you can possibly be, because merit does win, it does shine through. And I also think that they need to be tenacious. So have some stickability, some application and discipline about and focus about what they're doing. Even if it's to change their minds, but just to kind of that dedication and as I said, stickability I think is really important. And I think to the parents, I'd really say encourage your girls to do what they want to do and encourage them to be open and receptive to the fantastic range of things that are available when you study science, technology and engineering projects. So being open, I think, is one of the watchwords, and not be fearful that their girls won't succeed, because they will. If I look forward 30 years from now, what I think will be different will be the volume of women working in engineering, and the volume of women leading significant engineering projects, not only in the UK, but worldwide, so that it becomes normal. We might not even notice it in 30 years' time, that's how normal it would be. But those are the kinds of things that I would expect to be seeing in the next 30 years. So I'm really keen that I live out my values around being fair and about helping people to realise their potential. So I'm personally committed to mentoring young girls in particular that are really interested in being in engineering or in the rail industry. And I currently mentor about 3 or so young girls, and I'm really very serious about that. I like to give some advice and create opportunities for young women to come and see what our organisation is like, so they can see the fantastic diversity of career opportunities that exist. So I would use whatever I can do to make sure I open up those doors so that people can understand, and young women can understand, the breadth and depth of the opportunities that exist in our industry. So throughout my work, I have been privileged really to work with a whole range of different institutions to help them think about how they can be much more open to diverse talent and people. And I use a metaphor of a box as a way of helping people to think about what they're doing. So in our minds, we're hardwired to link up with people that we think are like ourselves, and we recruit in our own image. And therefore we put people in boxes in our own mind. And this can inhibit access to talent, it can inhibit people's opportunities. So I like to work with people to say, well, actually, why don't we just broaden out our own thinking and try not to put our boxes onto other people? And in that way, we give others a chance to shine, to show their skills, give them opportunities, and see that actually the box is really our own box rather than the box that individual fits. My role in Network Rail is to help people redefine those boxes and open them up so there's no lid on them. Maybe look at the boundaries so they're not maybe configured as a box, but that they are much more enabling of fluidity and flexibility and difference in a way that's quite exciting. Because I think ultimately what happens when you open yourself to diversity of thought, of being and individuals, your end product is much better. So all of the evidence suggests that where you have diverse teams, they're more productive, they look at solutions in a much more focused way, they're more innovative. So why wouldn't you want to have those kind of attributes in your organisation? So Network Rail is a fantastic organisation, and we have a whole range of careers and opportunities for people, and we undersell it. So we have women who are engineers, we have women who are signallers, we have women who are designers and planners, leading some of our major projects. So if any of you have been into King's Cross Station, or you think of our Thames Link or Birmingham, up and down the country, we have women involved in and managing some very sophisticated and high profile projects. And we also have women that are doing some of what we call kind of back office stuff. So women are everywhere in Network Rail. And what we're trying to do now is to make sure that we have more women in Network Rail, because we understand that having that diversity will lead us to be an even better, even more high performing and safer organisation. So for us, it's really crucial that we have the pipeline of young girls coming through that are studying the STEM subjects. We have a number of STEM ambassadors that are working with schools. So we're really keen, and we've made a number of pledges and commitments as a business to making sure that young women get their fair dues in Network Rail.